What's up guys, it's Sarah from the Biggers Better, founder and CEO of CLOVE HALLOW, etc, etc. I've been saying forever that I'm gonna get back into doing YouTube long form video content, and I just don't do it, which is like the most infuriating thing when you tell yourself you're gonna do something and then you don't. So my inspiration behind today's video is my TikTok. So for those of you guys who don't know, my TikTok has exploded to over 250,000 people since February. And by people, I mean followers. And my most popular videos are about usually like the female experience. That's really what my content is about. So not just beauty, but basically anything that applies to life as a woman. And so I think that's going to be my guidepost for all of my platforms of just talking about female reality, because apparently there's a shortage of people out there willing to keep it real about what being a woman is like. And I have no issue with that. So today we're gonna kick it off with one of my more famous viral topics, which is feminine care. So I'm gonna share with you some of my favorite feminine care products and tips and tricks. Let's get started. So let's talk about like feminine care cleansing, specifically cleansing the hoo-ha. I talk about this a lot on TikTok, which is probably surprising to people, but I just don't find it taboo at all. It always surprises me how many people don't understand or have never been taught how to properly clean their downstairs area. So first and foremost, I wanna say water is always perfectly acceptable, and I would say arguably best, because there's no extra anything in it that can screw up your pH, that can irritate, sensitize. However, I know for a lot of women, especially people around my age who grew up in like the summer's eve era, I think we all probably experimented with it growing up, and maybe some of you are still using it today. Not using a cleanser feels weird. Not using a wash feels weird. So here's the deal. When you're cleansing downstairs, you are staying on the exterior, okay? So you're never going inside your body, you're not going inside the vaginal canal, but like getting in all the nooks and crannies of your exterior, like lips and all that fun stuff. And that's where a really gentle, unfragranced or naturally fragranced, sensitive skin focused wash will be your best friend. So I have two here. This first one's by Olivia. It's the Orchid Body Cleanse. I actually even prefer the green tea one. It's so good. But these are great because they're actually soap-free cleansers. So there's no soap in it to disrupt your pH at all or screw up your microbiome. And the bacteria downstairs that are in our coochies is really important for our overall health. That bacteria is what keeps things regulated. So you don't want to disrupt it if possible. And so these are great, and you can use them head to toe. They're baby friendly. So it's value for the whole family, because it's not like this is a feminine care wash. It doesn't say it's a feminine care wash. So this is a product you could purchase for your family with super clean ingredients and use for a multitude of purposes. For that reason, it's probably really good for any of you teenagers watching this, because it doesn't scream feminine care wash for those of you who share showers and bathrooms with people you maybe don't want to see that. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I get it. So the second one's the Honey Pot. This is the sensitive wash. I love this brand story. It's a Black owned brand. It's sold at Target. It's a great story. But I also really like this product because it's pH balanced. It's 99% natural. It's for sensitive skin. And it's just got gentle, easy ingredients, and it's kind of like a foamy texture. I mean, this one is more obvious that it's a feminine care wash, but it's so gentle. There's no fragrance really. I mean, there's a couple essential oils and super light percentages, but it's great. So these are the two washes that I recommend if you need a little something to feel clean. Next product I have is CLOVE HALLOW's Everything Oil. Mine has been beat to shit, so don't mind how ugly mine is. I have left it out in the rain in the backyard. I have destroyed it. But okay, this is a facial oil, but it is so anti-inflammatory because of the black cumin seed oil in it. And by the way, CLOVE HALLOW is my brand, if I didn't make that clear at the beginning of this video. I formulated this specifically for acneic and inflamed skin. And so the anti-inflammatory ingredients in here are so good for taking down razor bump, irritation, swelling, redness after you get waxed or you shave. So After I shave, if I shave downstairs or if I get waxed, I go ahead and I put this all over the bikini line, areas where I would usually get red bumps and irritation, maybe some swelling, and I do that pretty much daily. So it's just a part of my routine, and it really does keep the irritation at bay, and the hydrating oils in it like squalane, argan oil, rose hip, they're good for the skin. There's nothing in there that can't be down in those areas. And it also hydrates the hair. So your hair grows in smoother, which causes less ingrowns. And so this is such a good multi-purpose product to have in your bathroom for your face, your back knee, your chest acne, and your bikini line irritation. All right, so now let's talk about period care. So there are a lot of really great organic tampons and brands out there. I don't use them, so I'm not gonna talk about them. But there are some great ones, and I highly recommend checking them out, because typical conventional tampon brands tend to have a lot of unnecessary chemicals in the cotton. And just due to the proximity of being in like a mucous membrane where those ingredients really do come back into your bloodstream very quickly and into your body very quickly, I would be wary of putting those products in my body and exposing myself to those. So I have alternated between using a Diva cup. I ended up giving that up because I just couldn't get it to feel right. And now I pretty much only use period panties. I use the brand She Thinks, and I know there's a little bit of controversy around them because there was, like a scandal recently where they had, someone published a study that there were, toxic ingredients in these, but I saw their response, I saw the data they provided, I saw the reports they provided, and so I believe that they're safe, and holy shit, they are incredible. So I brought a couple styles to show you how they work. So this is just like a sort of regular bikini style, and basically inside there is an absorbent pad built into here. So it absorbs your blood, it absorbs whatever you need during your period, and you just throw it in the wash. So they recommend that you rinse it out in the sink. Sometimes I do that on my really heavy days, but honestly, I usually throw them straight in the wash, just like anything else, and they come out perfectly clean each time. I have never bled through. I don't feel gross. They don't smell. Maybe I'll get a little smelly at the end of a super long day, but that honestly happens if I'm wearing a tampon or a pad or a cup too. Like, that's the nature of having a self-cleaning oven downstairs. At the end of a really long day, it can get a little icky, So another one I have is more of a full coverage brief. And the more full coverage they are, the more blood that they can hold. So with my cycle, which is more medium, I can actually usually get away with wearing the thong just by itself as well without bleeding through. But for a lot of people, the thongs are great backup. If you're using tampons or pads or a cup and you have trouble with leaking, a great backup. So I love them. They're so comfortable. I don't know what it is, but free bleeding, where you're just kind of like letting your body do its thing without anything in its way, for me has been so good for my cramps, for my mental state. I just love it, and I don't feel gross wearing them. So it's not for everyone, but I highly recommend giving them a try. And then lastly, let's talk about my all-time favorite product for women, period. Like, I don't know what I would do without these. These are the Tinkle razors. So they're single blade facial razors. Note that the Tinkle brand is very important. I get these on Amazon, so they're accessible, they're cheap. They are lifesavers. So I get mustache hairs, I get chin hairs, I have a lot of peach fuzz on my face, I have a mole right here, and just being honest, like, I get dark hairs that grow out of this, and I used to pluck them, which hurt, and they grew back more aggressively. And this, shaving my face on clean skin, clean dry skin, and then using good skincare, cleared up my acne, helps my makeup look better, exfoliates my skin gently, and I get rid of all the facial hair. I also use them to clean up my eyebrows, and here's why I love them, and I'm talking about them with a feminine care video. I use them to touch up my bikini line. So depending on, honestly, the month, I'll do different things with my body hair down there. I don't care if that's TMI, I'm an open book. And So depending on what kind of hair I got going on down there, when I wear a bathing suit, no matter what, I don't want anything showing in my bikini area. So what I will do is clean up the bikini line really quickly with these razors. I've cleaned up, like, you know, those hairs that you miss around your ankle or your kneecap before, and it's just so quick and easy. And again, the Tinkle brand is so important. I have tried the other brands and they do not work as well, and they irritate my skin so much. So I buy these in bulk. I have like 30 of them at a time. I use basically one for a week and then I'm done with it and I throw it out. They're amazing. So that's it, you guys. Those are my top feminine care and personal care recommendations. I hope you guys found this helpful. Please feel free to ask any questions in the comments below, or if you have any recommendations of your own that you want me to try, let me know and I will give them a shot. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.